Hello everybody, Raven Knight here. Well guys, it happened. We got the Warriors Den for Year 8, Season 2, the Muramasa Blade. I got to watch it live with a lot of my fans. I had a really great time, and I want to thank all of you who came by to watch the stream with me. I know that it was a little weird because the mic volume for the stream wasn't that great, so I know that some of you probably didn't have the best experience possible, and it's something I'm working on for the future. But to those of you who showed up, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for taking the time to come watch it with me. But I know that a lot of you didn't have the time to come see it. Either you didn't have the time, or you didn't just want to sit through about 2 hours of that, or you had other places to be. I get all that, you know, I understand. But for those of you who couldn't watch it with me or couldn't catch the Warriors Den, don't worry. That's why we're here today. This video is for you. I'm going to summarize everything that was pretty much said in the Warriors Den so that you have a pretty good idea of what is coming in 2 days with the reveal of Year 8, Season 2, the Muramasa Blade. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, the big thing that everyone's talking about is the new hero skin known as Master Katashi. Yes, it is an Orochi hero skin. Yes, he looks absolutely baller. And yes, his katana is a Muramasa blade. Now, they shared a little bit of the lore with us, and as always, when the new season comes along, they're going to reveal a 3-part short story about Katashi, and it's going to tell us more about what he's basically done, how he's become a legendary figure, all that fun stuff. But based on what they shared, it sounded pretty good. Essentially what the story is that Master Katashi is an Orochi who basically has mastered the art of Zen, the art of peace and bringing good to everyone, and he basically protects the people of the mire. Well, there was this master swordsmith named Muramasa, who's based on the real world Muramasa, who created the Muramasa blades, and he created all these really good, really powerful, really deadly blades, but they were so deadly that the people of the mire began to fear that they might be cursed or they might be too bloodthirsty, so they demanded that all of his blades be destroyed. Out of rage, Muramasa hunted down all the shards and pieces of his swords, reforged them together to create one ultimate death-dealing sword, the final Muramasa blade. And it has been passed from bandit to samurai to other bandit, all the way down the line, and each person who's carried it has been overcome by the evil of the blade. But now along comes Katashi, who finds the blade, and the minute he picks it up, he recognizes this sword has great potential, but there's also great evil. But I will master it. So he uses his knowledge and wisdom over all things peaceful and zen and true, and uses it to wield this sword made in evil for good. Basically practicing the duality that we see so much in Japanese lore and folklore, you know, the duality of good versus evil, control and harmony versus chaos and disorder. It's a really cool concept, and it looked really good. I think I like the way they handled this, but again, I'll need to see the full short story for full details. We also see that using the sword, he has been defending this bridge, which is basically Sanctuary Bridge, called the Bridge of the Bridge of 1,000 Blades, named after all the blades of the 1,000 people he's slain on this bridge to defend it. Looks really cool. They've redesigned Sanctuary Bridge map to look awesome. Looks like this giant Zen garden. It looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a lot of really cool stuff there, and what I may do is I may do a new map tour video going over all the things we see in this new map. It looks absolutely peak. It looks really, really cool. We'll definitely take a look at that when it comes out. But like I said, lore's pretty cool, and I will say this. For some of you, when you heard the name Master Katashi, if you were like me and you were a big anime fan, you probably thought, wait, Kakashi? He's got the white hair, so maybe that's Kakashi under there. He's got a Sharingan on one eye? Nah, I'm just kidding. But speaking of anime, we got some anime stuff this season. That leads us into the Battle Pass and a lot of the stuff coming out with the new season cosmetically. First of all, we've got a brand new Battle Pass that's coming along with the new season, as well as the return of an old Battle Pass, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was essentially the Horkos one. We got a lot of Horkos cosmetics, the Horkos Pharmakos, which is that execution where you pour poison into a person's mouth, and that's pretty cool. I'm glad that we're bringing that one back because it was a really nice battle pass that goes along with, you know, a very diseased or plague-ridden kind of feel. So if you're one of those people who really likes witch doctors or plague or pestilence and stuff like that, this is very much the kind of thing you're going to enjoy. You will like the return of this battle pass. I know that my brother liked that one, and I enjoyed that one too, so it's cool to see that again. But with the current battle pass, we're getting a brand new execution, which looks incredibly anime, like really, really awesome. I'm probably going to get it numerous times, but I really, really like it. We're getting some new weapons, which have a very unique feel. The Knight and Viking versions of the weapons have a kind of bull or Tauros motif. with a lot of fire around it, so I'm wondering if it's like a bull demon of some kind, whereas the samurai in Wulin seem to be more tranquil with dragons and phoenixes and pheasants, and maybe it's that duality again. Maybe it's the duality of the knights and Vikings are the fierce, dangerous, chaotic warriors who charge into everything with full power, whereas the samurai and the Wulin are more tranquil, zen, peaceful. I'm wondering what the idea behind that was, but either way, the weapons look really cool. I think they're really well designed, and I look forward to getting quite a lot of them. And we also, I should say this, though some of you are saying, okay, we see the Battle Pass weapons, what about the new weapon designs that we get each season? They've actually changed it, guys. We've actually gotten a slight change. Instead of us getting a new set of weapons to start off the season and then get armor sets later, we're getting new armor sets first and then weapons will come later. So yes, coming up in 2 days we get brand new armor variations, and all of these look really good. They're going along with what they did this previous season, where all the armor sets are pretty much clean, they're pretty much bare and blank, so that you can do more customization with them. And most of these look really, really good, especially Nobushi. They took away her face paint, so now you can have a clean face, and it looks choice. I'm definitely going to get it. We've also got some new armor customization options for Ocelot, Medjai, Pirate, and Aphira, all the Outlanders. And let me be real, Ocelot's looks pretty awesome. It looks really good. If there's one thing that they do really well with Ocelot, it is honestly his armor variations. But all of them look really cool. Definitely going to want to get them. I think that they did an exceptional job this time around. So I am super excited for those armor variations. And like I said, weapon variations to come. Weapon variations are to come. Now, with all that out of the way, let me also tell you guys about the esports announcement. Now, this wasn't a big thing for me because I'm not in the competitive field, but for those of you who are, you may be interested in this. Starting this season and progressing through the rest of this year, they're doing a sort of 3-phase tournament where anyone can join in for the first phase. You basically join in on this website that the link is in the Warriors Den. You go to this website and you log in and you get into 4v4 Dominion tournament. In this 4v4 Dominion tournament, you work your way down, and then the final contestants will break off into pairs to become brawlers in the next tournament, which goes on in the upcoming season, the Viking one, where it is going to be a tournament of brawls, 2v2. And then the winners of that will go on to the final phase of the tournament at the very end, where it is 1v1 fighting all the way through, and one will be crowned the champion. It's a really cool idea, but the reason why I think it's so important is it is a reminder to us that For Honor is anything but dead. It is still kicking, it is still alive, and there's a lot to be grateful and excited for about it. Though I myself am not all that interested in the tournament because I'm not a competitive fighter and I know I'd get destroyed by my betters in a heartbeat, it is very encouraging to see us talk about these tournaments and these events. So even though they may be a little bit dry for me and some others when hearing them in the Warriors Den, it fills me with some degree of pride and hope that this game will continue to last long into the future if we continue to keep supporting it in competitive kind of formats. So I think that is a very good thing, so I'm very happy to say that. I just wanted to basically point that out to you guys. Now, the part that you all actually care about, the thing that you really want to hear about, obviously, are the patch notes. So what's up with the patch notes? What are we getting changed? Couple things. First of all, for the first time in a long time, we're getting some feat changes. Now, I don't remember every single feat change that they brought up, so I'm putting them up on the screen so that you guys can see them and you guys can know what's coming and you can read them for yourselves. But the one that I do remember and I'm definitely excited about is the change to Oathbreaker, which is Black Prior's third feat, which allows him to basically counter any revenge situation. They've changed that in a really cool way. They've made it so that it can still remove your shield, but it cannot prevent you from gaining one. Because I'll never forget, like, if I'm in a ganking situation and I've got my revenge ready and I just need to activate it, Black Prior will just go, okay, Oathbreaker, now I cannot activate my revenge shield and save myself. And they know that, so they just continue to wail on me, which is really rough. But they've made it now so that he can only take away a shield. He cannot prevent you from gaining one, which I think is a very needed balancing change. There are others. They've nerfed the damage and cooldown necessary for Aphira to perform both of her grappling takedowns. They've changed one of Shaolin's feats, which allows him to heal when he attacks from a key stance. They've decreased the amount he can heal. Basically, all the feats that they bring up have gotten a slight nerf, including Fire Flask and Spear Storm. They've made Spear Storm go from 70 damage all the way down to 30 damage per wave, and you might think, well, that's awful, but they pointed out that since his rework, Highlander has become much stronger, so they needed to take this away because with his Spear Storm, it was basically a guaranteed kill on anyone it hit. hit, because if you get hit by the first, that's 70 damage, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to get hit by the second and third wave, which means you're definitely going to die no matter what. So decreasing that would definitely help out a great deal, and I think, honestly, that was probably for the best. The other thing I remember is they also nerfed Ki, that ability that some of the samurai have where they can shout and then take away your stamina. They've taken that away. What they've done is now it decreases your stamina, I think they said by 70 or 80. So that way, if you have full stamina, it doesn't get rid of all of your stamina, it just damages your stamina. So now they have to be smarter about when they use Ki. They can't just start a fight and go Ki and then take away all your stamina and wail on you. They have to be smarter about it, which I think is a much, much better idea. So that and more is all listed. Again, I've put all the pictures up on the screen for you to see, so you should be able to see what has been changed. But those are the ones I remember. Definitely some good changes. Now, as for character changes, a couple of nerfs to mention. Hitakiri has had his charged heavy attacks nerfed from 34 damage to 30 damage. I still don't think that's enough to really fix Hitakiri's problems, but that is something. Shinobi can now no longer do a backstep off of a neutral light, and this is the other big one. Their ranged heavy, which they can get off of a kick or off of a dodge kick, now does 30 points of revenge rather than 14. So that means that you build up revenge a lot quicker by doing that with Shinobi, which I think is a good thing. Berserker has also gotten a change. Berserker's health has been nerfed from 130 to 125. Not a big thing, but I think it will be significant in the long run. And his dodge lights have lost their enhancement, which means that if he does a dodge light and it hits someone's guard, it ends the combo. They can't just keep free-flowing into their combo. It ends their combo. They'll bounce off of it, which I think is necessary. Berserker can just continuously do that and hit a lot of people externally. It becomes insane. So I do think that that is a necessary change. There were some other minor ones. For example, one thing that I really like is Centurion's Lion's Roar, which is an ability where if he gets you in the guard break, he can hit you over the head 3 times. They've taken away the timing requirement, kind of like what they did with Peacekeeper. So now it'll be a lot easier to do Lion's Roar, which was a problem for me. I was never very good at that, so I think that was a necessary change. They also changed something about Nusha. Nusha now, when she does her final heavy and she throws you with it, it takes away the uninterruptible stance that applied, so that people just couldn't keep wailing on you over and over again and you were just trapped in this animation. So they fixed that, which is necessary. They also changed Peacekeeper's dodge heavy so that it has a little bit better reach and trajectory, so that way it's more likely to hit instead of just missing for whatever reason. Afira got a change where one of her bashes doesn't bounce, which was a weird quality of life change that they wanted to make. They were just all minor attention to detail stuff, but the big thing that they changed after all that was they changed the nature of guard break throws. In the past, what it was is if you were caught in a guard break and thrown, you were uninterruptible. That means if someone hits you, you still take damage, but you're stuck in this animation of being thrown. So let's say that Centurion throws you near a wall. Before you even hit that wall, an Orochi could just hit you while you're moving backward and you can't do anything about it. Then you wall splat, then Centurion can punish you. They changed it. Now you no longer are uninterruptible. If Centurion throws you now and someone hits you, you now are broken from that animation. You can react to what happens next. You don't wall splat. So I think that was a necessary change, taking away that uninterruptible. I think that was a good thing. All that and more has been going across the screen so that you can all kind of see what's been going on. I hope that I made that make sense to most of you. And if I got anything wrong, as I've said many times on this channel, I'm not an expert in balancing and mechanics for the game. So I will definitely say that I might have missed some points or might not have gotten everything right. So check out people like Freeze or Havoc or any of these other folks who understand this stuff better than me, and they can give you better details than me, I'm sure. But that was essentially what I got from it. Now, I know what several of you are going to say. Where is the Lawbringer rework? Yes, I know, I was disappointed too. I wanted there to be a Lawbringer rework. But I will say this. One thing I often notice in trailers for new seasons is they don't just pick characters randomly. They add characters based on whether or not they get a new execution, or whether or not there's a rework coming to them, or there's a change coming to them. And I remember in this season trailer, we saw Lawbringer in the trailer. Now that could mean that Lawbringer's just getting a new Hero Fest execution this season, which is possible. Or it could mean that he is finally getting some kind of work done. Not saying a full rework, but maybe just something done. And I would really like that. So my hope is that in the Title 2 update that we're getting later in July, we will see Lawbringer get his change. Now, the other big question that a lot of you are asking is, when are we getting the new hero? We're supposed to get a new samurai hero. When is that? It will be July 25th. My brother's birthday, actually. My brother's birthday is July 25th. So on my brother's birthday, on July 25th, we will be getting the new hero. I am very excited for that. I think it's going to be awesome. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for it. All of this and more is coming in 2 days. That's right, 2 days from the making of this video, there will be a brand new season of For Honor, and I simply can't wait. The soundtrack is baller. The design of the characters is baller. The patch notes are really pretty good. The armor sets look great. All of this, guys, just looks absolutely phenomenal. I hope you guys will join me on the battlefield, and I hope that this video really helped you guys out. If you've got any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down in the comment section down below. Would love to hear from you guys. I always love hearing from you guys. And as always, guys, I will see you in my next video. Take care.